Hi. In this video, I will be breaking down the basics that are common knowledge in Brawl Stars. Please watch even if you are a pro player or a beginner, as this video will go in depth in the basics and it will be helpful for all different skills of players. Let's start off first with laning. To lane properly, you need to have some knowledge of counters and advantages. Obviously, all brawlers have different counters, but they share some common counters, such as close-range brawlers being countered by long-range brawlers in maps that are meant for long-range, that is, maps with little walls and bushes. However, maps with lots of walls and bushes are obviously for close-range brawlers, so even if you are in proper laning, you will lose as long-range since you get out-damaged. I will be covering this later on. An example is this picture. Max should be laning against Frank because she will be outranged by Brock and Lola. Additionally, Eve and Janet should be laned with Brock and Lola. However, the middle laner will ideally be Janet and Brock because they have higher survivability and AoE control attacks. Why is laning so important? Laning is important because with proper laning, your team will have a smoother game and high chance of winning. An example of non-proper laning is this picture. As you can see, Janet, Max, and Eve are all grouped up ascribed to their non-proper laning. This results in them being cornered by the other team. This is a bad position in that they will all easily die because the enemy team will be constantly attacking them with their AoE attacks. These AoE attacks are multiple targets. AoE attacks are ultimately attacks that hit multiple targets. And that is why proper laning is needed, because non-proper laning results in grouping up and then death by the enemy's AoE attacks. The second tip is ammo counting. What is ammo counting? Ammo counting is the act of consistently watching and counting not only your ammo, but also your enemies and teammates. Ammo. This is important because with this knowledge, you and your team will be able to properly push. In that, you essentially out-ammo the enemy team. Moreover, many brawlers are dependent on ammo counting. Brawlers such as Mortis, Miko, Fang, etc. Because these types of brawlers shine when the enemy does not have full ammo. And with that, it is therefore important for you and your team to also save ammo in order to lower the chance of dying. The third tip is peeping. Now, what is peeping? Peeping is basically taking cover behind a wall and shooting without taking damage. Here is a visual clip of what peeping is. As you can see, peeping benefits all type of brawlers in different ways. For longer range brawlers, it benefits them for doing tick damage to the enemy's health without them dying, or taking damage. For mid-range, it is also the same thing. But for throwers and close range, it's more of a survivability aspect such as healing. Now the fourth tip is covering. Covering is self-explanatory. In that, it is basically covering for your teammate. When and why should you cover for your teammates? Well, you should cover for them if they have gems, bounty stars, or their brawler counters the enemy team. This allows for your teammate to live and hopefully win the game with your health sacrifice. However, this does not mean that you have to die for them. It can just be a simple health tank damage. Additionally, you should only cover for your teammates if it's guaranteed that they'll live or you will also live. And with that is the fifth tip: checking bushes. Checking bushes is basically the act of checking bushes. This is important because you do not know if enemies are hiding in the bush you're going near. And with the addition of brawlers that can go invisible, such as Leon, Cordelius, and Lily. Bushes have now become more dangerous because these brawlers along with close-range brawlers can easily destroy your health. Therefore, comes the fifth tip, which is Prefiring Shot. This is probably the most important aspect of the game in terms of survivability and winning, because this can change so many outcomes of the game. In addition, Prefiring Shots is pretty helpful because it maximizes damage for brawlers with slow attack projectile speed. In that, your attack will hopefully damage their HP fully, because usually when you don't prefire as a slow attack projectile speed brawler, you tend to miss all your shots and end up in doing 0 damage. Although this is easier than done, it will be achieved if you just keep playing 3 versus 3 game modes and ranked. The last and sixth tip of this video is repositioning and retreating. Proper retreating is very crucial for game mode, such as bounty and gem grab, because if you are currently winning an amount of gems or stars, the usual move is to quickly retreat to the base. However, this has many downsides, such as getting cornered faster and lack of time to heal and reload ammo. So the best option is to attack the enemy with tick DMG while retreating. Tick damage is basically dealing little damage to the enemy, so that they will not fully rush in. You basically want the enemy to not be at full health, so that they will play much safer, which is important in a time crunch, since playing safer is time-consuming. The next part is repositioning. Repositioning is basically connected to laning. In that, it is the act of positioning yourself and your teammates properly in the right lanes after a retreat, charge in, or controlling an area. That is all for this video. I hope you learned something. Please leave a comment, like, and share this to your Brawl Stars friends so that they will increase their skill level. DM me on Discord if you need further assistance and one-on-one tutoring. Goodbye.